want to transition into what happened yesterday with Karine Jean-Pierre. If you want to play this clip, because this clip was, not a good day because nobody was giving up. Typically, it would be, somebody that will come and maybe they'll do it one time and everybody else will change because it's getting a little bit too uncomfortable. This is probably the most uncomfortable I've seen her maybe ever. Okay, if you want to play this clip,
she
go
looks
ahead,
like she's taking
what's the reference, Pat? This is they're asking her.
It's not something I want to see her do.
They're asking her about Hunter's text about Chinese businessman going. Yes. My father is right here with me. You better send this. You better do this. And this is because Kirby just walked off before this, but this is her responding.
So do you have the Kirby clip to show before we go to this one?
I'll get the Kirby clip after this.
Okay, so go ahead and play this one here. Watch this.
And secondly, the president invited his son Hunter to the state dinner last night. I'm wondering if you could take us into the thinking and the decision-making of why the president decided to invite us.
I'm just not going to get into family discussion, personal family discussion. As you know, Hunter is his son. I'm just not going to get into it.
Let me ask you this. If Hunter Biden wasn't the president's son, would he have invited someone who had just reached a plea agreement with federal prosecutors 2 days earlier?
A couple of things. Again, that's his son. He's a family member. It is not uncommon for family members to attend events at the White House. You could look at past presidents. I'm sure you have. So that is not uncommon. As it relates to anything related to Hunter, I'm just not going to respond to it from here.
Yeah, we'll play that.
Can I follow up on that?
No, I just called in somebody. Go ahead.
Yeah. So Kirby wouldn't answer James's question, though. Are you going to answer the question? I mean, not a reasonable question to ask, but the President of the United States was involved.
These are not Fox News.
I'm shocked that they're asking
in some sort of coercive conversation for business dealings by a son. Is that something? If he wasn't, then maybe you should tell us.
So here's the thing, and I appreciate the question. I believe my colleague at the White House Counsel has answered this question already, has dealt with this, has made it very clear. I just don't have anything to share outside of what my colleagues have shared.
The American people want to know.
And so I would refer you to him and the DOJ.
Another question coming.
Comment from here.
It goes on and on.
What I can tell you is I know that my colleague has dealt with this. He addressed this at the White House Counsel. I just don't have anything else to share. I just answered the question. I just answered the question.
She's a professional bullshitter. That's what she is.
I just answered. Stephen.
She's getting mad.
Stephen, I just answered the question. I just said. It's not up to you how I answer the question. I just answered the question by telling you my colleagues at the White House Counsel has dealt with this, and I would refer you to
another
them.
one coming.
Karine, can you just remind us what your colleague said from the White House Counsel so we have it?
I would refer you to them, and they will share their statement with all of you.
My question is about your statements from that podium. You've stated that the president stands by his comment from the 2020 campaign that he never once discussed his son's overseas business dealings with his son. And you stood at that podium and you reaffirmed that. Do you stand by your reaffirmation?
What I will say is nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. And I will leave it there. Anything else, I will refer you to the White House Counsel.
They're asking the right question. Wait,
I just answered the question. You just asked me, does my statement change? I just told you nothing has changed.
No wonder people don't trust the White House.
Another one coming.
Go ahead.
The president was there 2 days
Go ahead, Stephen.
Stephen.
I'm calling on your colleague right now.
Thank you.
To follow up on my colleague, is there anything that you can say with regard to
no matter who she goes to, they won't
text
stop.
message and what the president's son was alleging? Was the president there or not?
I would refer you to my colleagues at the White House
zero.
Counsel. They
No
have addressed
credibility.
this, and I refer you to them. Go ahead.
But that's like Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Have you spoken to the president about this? Have you asked him
And
whether
this
he
is-
was there with his
They
son
won't
on
debate.
July
They can't
3rd?
debate.
This is
Not a conversation
horrible.
that I've had with the president. Again, I would
Okay,
refer you
pause
to
it
the
for a
White
second, and I want to finish this. Let me tell you why this is horrible. Let me tell you why this is horrible. Here's why it's horrible. Because, okay, flip it and say, well, the same thing happened with Kellyanne, McEnany, or et cetera, and said, no, the difference is this is liberals, Republicans, left, right, every single outlet wants to know the same exact thing. And she keeps giving the same answer. Matter of fact, finish it up real quick. I want to watch the whole thing.
It's almost done.
And then go to Kirby right after that. Go ahead. And then we'll go to the Hunter clip.
House Counsel.
Do you plan to have that conversation with the president?
No.
Did the president speak with the attorney general at all?
I
last
can't.
night at the state dinner?
I cannot say if the president had had a conversation with the attorney general last night. What I can refer you to is the White House counsel's office as it relates to the allegations. They've already addressed this. This is something for them to deal with. I refer you to the Department of Justice on anything else if you don't want to speak to the White House counsel's office.
And there was reporting earlier in the week that after the plea agreement was reached by Hunter Biden, that the president felt relieved that that part of it was behind him. Is that true? Can you speak
I can't
to
speak
his
to that.
mindset?
I cannot speak to the president.
Now go to
Again, I
Kirby.
would
Now
look-
go to Kirby, and then we'll watch the.
Yeah.
Go to Kirby.
Pathetic loser.
Yeah, watch this here.
Look how smug
I
he is.
hate this guy. I would punch him in the face if I could.
The House Ways and Means Committee yesterday released documents, their authenticity nowhere challenged. That included a July 2017 WhatsApp message sent by Hunter Biden to Henry Zhao, a Chinese Communist Party official, which stated in its entirety, and I quote, "I am sitting here with my father, and we would like to understand why the commitment made has not been fulfilled. Tell the director that I would like to resolve this now before it gets out of hand, and now means tonight. And Z, if I get a call or text from anyone involved in this other than you, Zhang, or the chairman, I will make certain that between the man sitting next to me and every person he knows, and my ability to forever hold a grudge, that you will regret not following my direction. I am sitting here waiting for the call with my father," unquote. So just a couple of questions about this. First, does this not undermine the president's claim during the 2020 campaign and the reaffirmations of that claim by his two press secretaries since then, that he never once discussed his son's overseas business dealings with him?
No, and I'm not going to comment further.
Yeah, of course you're not, because you're a snake.
I'm not. James, let me save you some. Let me save you some breath. If you're going to ask about this, I am not addressing. I know you do more than I'd like you to have. I am not going to address this issue from this podium.
It's like
I'm
hotels. Can't do that.
I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, look, get the hell out of there, you rat.
Thanks,
Get out of
guys.
there,
Have a great
snake.
weekend.
I mean,
Look at her. She's disgusted.
No, she
because
knows she's
they're
next.
asking questions.
She knows she's next. She's like, okay,
Yeah,
I'm
you're
next.
Guys, while Russia's collapsing, this is the collapse. But think about this. In fact, it never got a lot of traction. When the Hunter Biden thing came out like 3 years ago, right before the election, we played the audio. You can find this where you can type in Hunter Biden talks about his Chinese spy handler. He's like, "Dad, I haven't talked in 3 months to the head of Chinese intelligence. He's worth $25 billion. He's given us millions. I think they may have gotten him. We're not in control of the Chinese communists. What are we going to do, Daddy?" I mean, there's audio of him. He saved audio messages he sent his dad, and this got like no attention at the time. Yeah, I'm telling you, you can pull these up. So there's audio of stuff like this.
Do you know what CNN did yesterday too? You know CNN, because they have to spin it, right, Pat? They said, "Oh, what are the dates? Hunter was on crack cocaine. You can't blame him he probably made that up because he was on crack cocaine."
How
CNN,
appropriate. What is a recent video that's come up for Hunter? What's the most recent thing that came up about him?
He was flipping out yesterday about 10% for the big guy. He was the bag man for his dad.
Yep.
And that's the whole point.
He's the most untouchable crackhead on the planet. You know that? He could do crack, have videos with underage girls.
Have you
doing
seen his
whatever
dad say when he was a senator, if you're black and you get caught with cocaine, you get 5 years in jail. It's right there. You got to play this.
Yo, this is Mr. Not Racist for all you people that voted for him. Look at him.
If you have a piece of crack cocaine,
21
no
grams.
bigger than this quarter that I'm holding in my hand, $1/4 of $1.
Look at the president's
We
son.
passed a law through the leadership of Senator Thurman and myself and others, a law that says if you're caught with that, you go to jail for 5 years. You get no probation. You get nothing other than 5 years in jail.
Unless you're my
Judge
son.
doesn't have a choice. Under our forfeiture statutes, the government can, take everything you own. Everything from your car to your house, your bank account, not merely what they confiscate in terms of the dollars from the transaction that you just got caught engaging in. They can take everything. I don't care why they become a sociopath. We have an obligation to cordon them off from the rest of society. They are in jail. Away from my mother.
Away from my mother.
Our family. So I don't want to ask what made them do this.
Correct.
They must be taken off the the street.
Yep. Rules for thee and not for me. He's a scumbag.
Meanwhile, he's the go-between with a Chinese communist.
Yeah.
I mean, take Swallowswell, take Feinstein. They all had like Chinese.
He was dating Fang, or what was her name?
These are operatives in their operations.
Spies. They were dating spies, bro. It's unbelievable.
But you know what I gotta say credit for, guys. We're making progress because people are asking the question.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.